Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us on this presentation about Ulsan Free Economic Zone. It's a pleasure to introduce to you Ulsan Free Economic Zone and the investment opportunities it holds. The presentation will be in the following order. First, a general introduction on South Korea and the city of Ulsan. Then we will talk about climate change and hydrogen economy in Ulsan. And lastly, specific explanation about Ulsan Free Economic Zone. Let's first start by explaining the location and the economy of South Korea, as some of you may not be very familiar with the country. Korea is located between China and Japan, the second and the third largest economies in the world. This places us in the center of Northeast Asia, with a population of 1.6 billion. We're also very close to the ASEAN market of 600 million people. As you can see, there are many merits to setting a foothold in Korea to target these large markets. After gaining independence 70 years ago, Korea faced utter devastation. The Korean War seemed to have left the country without hope. General Douglas MacArthur, who led the United Nations forces during the Korean War, predicted that it would take more than 100 years for this country to rebuild itself. Despite such speculation, however, Korea was able to achieve a remarkable economic growth. It has now become the world's 12th largest economy in terms of GDP and 7th largest exporter, thanks to not only the manufacturing industry like semiconductors, mobile phones, automobiles, and ships, but also the cultural industry including BTS, Parasite, and Minari. More recently, the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, or UNCTAD, elevated Korea's status from a developing country to a developed country, making Korea the first country to be upgraded since the establishment of this UN agency in 1964. And at the center of Korea's such miraculous economic development was the city of Ulsan. Ulsan has played a key role in Korea's economic growth since the 1960s. Based on its geographical advantage in the southeastern coast of Korea, the city developed its economy by exporting cars, ships, petrochemicals, and other products to various parts of the world. The money earned in the process was reinvested to further develop the economy. Ulsan has driven Korea's economic development over the past 50 years as the industrial capital of the country. It has now become Korea's #1 city in terms of gross regional domestic product, or GRDP. In addition, Ulsan has a young population with an average age of 40.2 years and many skilled workers with high productivity. These companies may sound more familiar than Korea or Ulsan, and some of you may be using their products either directly or indirectly. These companies are all based in Ulsan and have been the front runners of Korea's economic growth. Hyundai Motors built its first factory in Ulsan around 50 years ago. It has become the world's 5th largest automaker in 2020, with annual sales of over $44.4 billion and over 69,000 employees. Hyundai Heavy Industries also started its business in Ulsan and became the world's largest shipbuilding company in 2020. The petrochemical industry, which has been a mainstay of Korea's economic growth, also began in Ulsan. Companies such as SK Energy, with more than $28 billion of annual sales, and S-Oil, the sister company to Saudi Arabian Aramco, have also been leading Korea's petrochemical industry from Ulsan, where they refine crude oil and produce various petrochemical products like ethylene and propylene. Samsung SDI, one of the representative companies in secondary battery, is also located in Ulsan, leading the innovation of the automobile industry. Here is a map that shows the major companies located in Ulsan. Ulsan is home to more than 8,000 companies, including these global companies. Many companies, including both Korean and foreign companies such as BASF, DuPont, and Total, have been satisfied with the business environment in Ulsan and have continued their business here for years. Coal, oil, and other types of carbon-based energy sources have led centuries of economic growth around the world. We are able to enjoy a higher quality of life thanks to this. But such an economic system is not sustainable, and the resulting global warming is gradually and directly threatening our lives. To respond to the climate change crisis, countries around the world agreed to lower the average temperature increases to less than 2 degrees Celsius through Kyoto Protocol of 1997 and Paris Climate Agreement in 2015. Accordingly, countries established a phased roadmap for greenhouse gas reduction and set a carbon neutrality target year. It's expected that the energy paradigm will shift from the carbon economy to the hydrogen economy in order to reduce greenhouse gases. It is also predicted that by the year 2050, hydrogen will take around 18% of total energy sources in the world, and that hydrogen-related turnover per year will reach up to $2.5 trillion. More than 30 million jobs are expected to be created from the hydrogen economy alone. Therefore, countries around the world are striving to lead the hydrogen economy through active investments and technology developments. The Korean government also announced an active investment plan to develop the hydrogen economy with the goal of achieving net zero by 2050. More than 6.2 million hydrogen vehicles will be produced, and more than 1,200 hydrogen charging stations will be built in Korea by 2040. At the same time, water electrolysis, an eco-friendly method, will be used to produce 5.3 million tons of hydrogen, which is 40 times more than the amount produced in 2018. Actually, a crisis to the carbon economy also means a threat to Ulsan. As we just mentioned, Ulsan's key industries, such as automobile, shipbuilding, and petrochemical industries, are based on carbon economy. If Ulsan does not adjust to this change and reform its overall industrial structure, its future looks dim. Against this backdrop, the key agenda that can turn this crisis into an opportunity is hydrogen. Ulsan has a great potential to develop the hydrogen economy. Presently, Ulsan produces the largest amount of byproduct hydrogen in the country, around 820,000 tons per year, which means hydrogen could be provided at a very low cost. Ulsan will continue to maintain this #1 position in Korea by producing green hydrogen using water electrolysis technology based on offshore wind power. Ulsan also has well-equipped hydrogen transportation infrastructures. The underground pipeline for hydrogen transportation within Ulsan is the longest in the country at 120 kilometers. In addition, Ulsan has 402 trailers, the most in the country. Hyundai Heavy Industries, located in Ulsan, is developing a hydrogen carrier ship to transport hydrogen not only via land, but also by sea. Ulsan has an excellent hydrogen storage infrastructure. 10 hydrogen charging stations are currently in operation in Ulsan, and the number will increase up to 60 by 2030. This is the largest number of stations in the country. The world's largest hydrogen liquefaction plant will be completed in Ulsan in 2023. This will lower the cost of transporting and storing hydrogen. This plant is expected to provide a revolutionary momentum for the development of Korea's hydrogen economy. Ulsan has been a global leader in the application of hydrogen. The world's first hydrogen vehicle was made by Hyundai Motors, right here in Ulsan. And the company has become the world's #1 hydrogen vehicle automaker, producing a total of 2,000 cars as of 2020. Also, Ulsan has piloted household hydrogen generators to provide electricity to 150 households. Going forward, Ulsan will become a city of the future using hydrogen as an energy source. We also plan to develop buses, taxis, as well as drones, trams, and construction machines powered by hydrogen. As mentioned earlier, Ulsan provides the necessary conditions for the development of the hydrogen economy. Many companies in Ulsan are making great efforts to lead the hydrogen economy. In line with their efforts, Ulsan city government has also been taking a variety of measures to support their technology developments in many ways. First of all, the city government established a regulation-free special zone for the green mobility of hydrogen. Since hydrogen is still a new area, companies need to conduct various innovative experiments to lead the economy. To make sure that existing regulations and systems do not get in the way of these experiments, this special zone was set up in Ulsan, allowing companies to experiment freely when developing and manufacturing hydrogen-related products. Second, Ulsan city government has also set up an innovation cluster for the hydrogen economy. Developing a new product requires many different processes, from analyzing, making prototypes, getting certified, and evaluating the product. It is neither efficient nor possible for an SME to do all these on its own. Therefore, the innovation cluster allows these companies easy access to public organizations with relevant information and services, helping the local companies in hydrogen grow faster. Lastly, the government has been running a demonstration center for the development of hydrogen fuel cell, which is the most important part of the hydrogen industry. This center is the only place in Korea that can provide a large amount of hydrogen at a low cost, and it supports companies in their development and testing of fuel cells for large volume of power. The academia is also joining the efforts for Ulsan to lead innovation in the hydrogen industry. UNIST, a major educational institution in Ulsan, has conducted vigorous researches on hydrogen. In June 2020, for example, the institution developed a catalyzer that dramatically increases the reaction speed for water electrolysis. And in September 2020, it announced the technology that creates green hydrogen from water and sunlight alone. Recently, a new technology that uses carbon dioxide to make hydrogen in electricity was developed for the first time in the world. The researchers and the academia in UNIST are big assets that bolster the hydrogen economy in Ulsan. Many big companies in Ulsan have worked with UNIST to participate in the hydrogen economy. At the center of Ulsan's hydrogen industry is Ulsan Free Economic Zone Authority, which has been a hub for the hydrogen industry. Free economic zones, including Ulsan Free Economic Zone, attracts domestic and foreign companies by providing attractive business and residential environments for companies and ensuring free business activities through deregulation. Ulsan Free Economic Zone Authority opened its office on January 14, 2021, with the goal of becoming the hub for the hydrogen industry and ultimately the energy hub in Northeast Asia. Ulsan Free Economic Zone consists of 3 districts, as shown in the map here: Electrogen Auto Valley, Hydrogen Industry Base, and R&D Business Valley. We will explain these one by one. Electrogen Auto Valley was named by combining the words electricity and hydrogen. This district will be developed as a base that manufactures parts and materials for the future vehicles using eco-friendly energy sources. Currently, the Hyundai Mobis factory, which provides the key auto parts and materials to Hyundai Motors, is located here. Since many auto parts and materials manufacturing companies are located in the district, their technologies and products will be able to strengthen the competitiveness of the industry. Hydrogen Industry Base will function as a cluster for hydrogen-related research and development. And there are already test beds to demonstrate technological developments. Since this district is also a regulation-free zone, we expect to make progress in hydrogen technology through various tests and experiments at the district. R&D Business Valley will develop fuel cell-related companies and support their business activities. First, this district is designed as a special R&D zone for small yet promising institutions specializing in batteries for the future, and therefore, it will form complexes of universities, laboratories, and public companies with relevant technology. In addition, this district will provide the best support for business services. It will support business activities by hosting business meetings and international conferences at Ulsan Exhibition and Convention Center, or UECO, which was recently constructed. This district will become a traffic hub located near a KTX train station and expressways and connected with other parts of the country, which will allow the development of various commercial and residential facilities to provide the best condition for settlement. Ufez Authority provides various incentives to foreign investment companies. First, tax cuts. Imported capital goods are exempt from customs duty for up to 5 years, and depending on the sector and the amount of investment, reduction on local taxes may also be provided for up to 15 years. Second is deregulation. Foreign investment companies may be exempt from certain regulations such as the mandatory employment of the disabled, and the foreign investment companies with more than 30% of foreign equity may receive support on office rental costs or purchase of capital goods. Lastly, the rent on public-owned properties may also be reduced from 30% to 100%, depending on the amount of investment and the number of employees, and more. This concludes our presentation on Ulsan and Ufez. Please contact the staff at Ufez Authority for more information. Ulsan Free Economic Zone Authority will be your reliable and strong business partner. Thank you.